got some Novocaine in me, but we'll be fine.
Oh,
I
that's
might lean on you.
frustrating. No worries.
All right, here we go. In three, two, one. Welcome to the Left Coast Live. It is Wednesday, July 17th. I am your host, Dieter McBusiness, joined as always by the one and only Stat Pat Stateless Patriot. It is the Republican National Committee convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We got an action-packed episode for you today. Stat Pat, talk to me. How are you feeling about everything since the last time we've talked? A lot has happened, my man. So what's on top of mind for you?
Oh man. Well,
We got to cover a lot.
there's so much, honestly. If anybody's been following my channel, they should have seen a video I put out on Saturday, the 13th. Basically, immediately reacting to the shooting without like any knowledge of the situation or anything like that, and it it was just like an off the cuff thing, and we didn't really know much at the time. We know a whole lot more now. So there's that, and there, of course, apologies for anyone trying to tune in Monday. There were irreconcilable technical difficulties, but that seems to be mitigated now. Everything seems to be running a whole lot smoother. Aside from that, one thing that's really kind of frustrating me right now and getting my attention is um, the whole internet is basically woken up to Project 2025 and its implications, and its consequences across the board. And because it's trending so largely right now, let me put this in perspective for you. It's making such headwind right now. That within this last week, for at least 3 days, maybe more, it was out trending Taylor Swift on Google searches. So that, I mean, if that's any indication, but because of this, conservatives are starting to fight back. The talking points are going out. It's like, oh, Project 2025 isn't even real, or oh, Trump doesn't even endorse it. Like this is, or oh, Project 2025 is just a wish list. It's just an essay of sorts, you know. And so like the gaslighting has begun. It's I mean, if it's any indication, like Trump knows he can't defend what's within Project 2025. That's why he's distancing himself from it, because it's an extremist agenda. Like period. Like he can endorse all the like aspects of it and the confines of it, or whatsoever, and he's still basically endorsing at least like the spirit of it. You know, so like it's so that's starting to blossom, for lack of a better word, starting to make waves. But on top of that, there's of course the RNC, which I haven't really been following.
Yeah.
I've heard a couple funny things, but I haven't really kept up with it much. What about you? Have you been keeping up with it?
Keeping up with what now?
The RNC.
Uh-oh. Hopefully the RNC. No, I watched Pete Navarro a little bit today, but just because it was on, I was doing other stuff. I thought about live broadcasting this entire thing, but as you'll see right here, I'll show it to you. Not a lot of this RNC is really worth watching.
Right.
So now they've
That's what I've
got
heard.
some white dude up singing with some black folks, and it's really cute. And they've got the yeah, but no.
All
Okay, so
right.
we got
I
a lot to
mean,
cover. Let me give you
sure.
a little bit of a monologue here about my thoughts and feelings about everything.
Hmm.
Okay. First of all, the Trump assassination was a combination of escalated political tension across the country that finally reached a boiling point and incompetence by the Secret Service. There is no conspiracy, there is no inside job, there is no
Yeah.
dramatic conclusion to be drawn here other than this is what happens when politics get this extreme in a country. And right now, we are up against it with Trumpism becoming normal. right now watching this RNC convention and seeing, look at this. They've got kids. Yeah, look at this kid so psyched to be here. Look at this kid so psyched to be here, just saying some stupid song in there. Look at
Come on.
their khakis and their blue blazers. Yeah, and I think it's a product of the dependence that Secret Service has on local law enforcement.
Yeah.
And they just don't have the resources or the money or the skills or the talent. Don't know why exactly they can't do it all themselves.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's probably enormously complicated to move around that number of people that need to be secured and so forth. It's probably very complicated.
No kidding.
Very expensive.
And I think, from
So
what I've heard,
I'm not surprised that they're reliant on local police. Go ahead.
yeah, no, I've heard that like the Butler, Pennsylvania Police Department doesn't even have a chief, like to begin with. So like coordination, like right off the bat, like right out of the gate, was difficult to begin with. Oh, stupid thing. Here we go. Did you get?
Do you need to go talk to your roommates? Because now's the time to do it if you're going to do it.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
Here, I'm going to do this while you why don't you reconnect?
Sure. Hey, give me a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome recent Harvard University graduate, Shabbos Kestenbaum.
My name is Shabbos Kestenbaum.
Anyway, this is great radio, guys. So here we are. It is the RNC convention. And let me see if I can. I might have to put on my headphones too. I'm not going to take any risks, actually. I'm going to take this opportunity to do this.
Let's see how much of a difference this makes.
With the RNC convention here. What's this douchebag doing?
All right.
After October 7th, the world finally saw what almost every day.
Yeah, I think the YouTube videos when we bring them up on stream, they definitely tend to chop it up a whole lot more often.
People, look at this freak show. Can you believe Gavin Newsom used to be married to that?
Gavin Newsom? Gavin is or
Are you
used to
with
be?
me, Stat Pat?
Yeah. No, can you hear me?
Oh man, hold on. Speaker. No, check 1 2.
Yeah, I can
That's
hear.
Definitely on. Are you on, Stat Pat?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
You're
Like
not connected
smoothly.
somehow, buddy. Check your settings.
Yeah, weird.
Check your settings.
Gotcha. Let's see here. What in the hell? I'm gonna back out of this stream and then get back in because this is unresponsive. God damn it. Fuck.
This
Tonight,
is such bullshit.
we
They
fight
trot out the nerdy
back.
little Joe to fucking say
am
anti-Semitism.
proud.
Fuck you.
Policies to expel foreign students who violate our laws, harass our Jewish classmates, and
Victimhood. Victimhood. What do you think, Stat Pat? You back?
Yeah,
let's
no,
elect
this guy
a
sucks.
president who will instill
It's so
patriotism
dishonest.
in our school
Are you back?
once
Yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
yeah.
Let's elect a president who will.
What a disgrace.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, so we're through that. I'm glad we didn't lose any viewers. I mean, you might have, but I think we're fine. I mean, this is a live broadcast. It's probably not going to get hot until the speeches really get going.
Yeah, no. Not surprising at all to see people like that joining the RNC to just spout their fucking complete, just total insincere, totally inaccurate bullshit regarding the protests regarding Israel. It all comes down to protesting of the genocide, and any negation of that fact and the fact that Israel is committing genocide against the Palestinians is just dishonesty. Like, you could harp away at anti-Semitism all day long. The call is coming from inside the house. Look around you. Look where you're at. Like, look, like the RNC is home to a bunch of the fucking Nazis that you claim that these protesters are.
Do you have any sources of disagreement about what I said with respect to the Trump assassination attempt? Do you agree that it was just a botch job by the Secret Service and indicative of the time that we're living in? It's something that I was honestly not surprised by when it happened. I really wasn't. I was like, yeah, just a matter of time. A lot of people I talked to since have said I was surprised it hadn't happened sooner.
That's
So what do you
exactly
think?
that's exactly what I exactly what I think. Honestly, I'm surprised it took so damn long. However, yeah, and I'm basically in total agreement with you. It was mishandled by the Secret Service, not because of DEI or because some of the Secret Service agents were women, like some fucking stupid ass takes from conservatives. No, they dropped the ball, and there's miscommunications between the Secret Service and the local police department, and whose job was designated for what, and the fact that that particular building was, I guess, supposed to be covered by local police, but wasn't. It was just an absolute mess, and there's a lot of aspects to it, but ultimately, I don't think it was like this conspiracy or anything like that. I think Secret Service just kind of failed here. On top of that, the shooter.
It's fucked up, dude. It's just a big old fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. And the shooter, apparently, the signs seem to indicate that it probably wasn't politically motivated. This guy was just crazy.
Right.
There's evidence to suggest, and search history from the shooter himself that suggests that he was diagnosed with a major depressive disorder, and this was probably just the the outcome of it, because you combine that with his quote definitely conservative politics according to his classmates, or his neighbors saying that he had MAGA signs on his front lawn. Or the fact that he was very fond of guns. I mean, if you're very fond of guns, you're going to tend to lean right wing. Or the fact that he was a registered Republican, for crying out loud. It doesn't really make much sense. But if you're kind of flying off the handle and you don't exactly know which way to look, which way to turn, you're kind of an outcast. This is a way to act out. I have a personal conspiracy. I mean, I can't verify this, but I have seen an image that indicates that this guy had an Instagram account, and on the Instagram bio, because his name was Thomas Matthew Crooks, his bio says, "Praise the Lord," with a cross emoji. "In my quest to end Epstein's evil empire, PA born and bred," and then an American flag emoji. Now, I'm actually looking at Instagram right now to see if this account actually comes up, and it looks like it doesn't. But that image kind of got me scratching the old noggin, and I'm thinking like, well, is this kid, this 20-year-old nerd, just going after Epstein's most high-profile client and just trying to make a name for himself? Who knows? There's still a lot of questions surrounding it, but I found that to be kind of interesting. But it could be a nothing burger. It could be a fake screenshot. I can't. It's hard to find profiles as it is on Instagram to begin with. But just an overall head scratching situation that flies in the face of any I guess you could say criticisms from the right, or knee-jerk reactions like, "Oh, this is politically motivated. Biden's behind this," or whatever,
Well, you know what the Democrats aren't doing, which they should be, is talking about gun control. And
Right.
they should be segueing this to maybe now the Republicans will take gun control seriously. That's the creative way, right? When they say that
Yep.
cliche, when life hands you lemons, make lemonade, they were talking about politics. Because there's only so much you can control. And the only thing you can always control is how you react. And of course, to the Trump assassination, we get weakness, fecklessness, just softness. Instead of, we don't forget the way you talked about when Paul Pelosi was attacked.
Bingo.
Or the George Floyd killer, Derek Chauvin.
No, exactly.
Shit like that. And we don't. Biden should have found space for that in the speech. Like, look, like why? That's where kind of the acting skills of the politician need to come out and produce the emotions that the country is feeling at that time. And Biden obviously can't do that.
No kidding. I mean, Democrats in
So,
general,
I don't
like,
know. I
like
think
you're completely
that
right.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, like the lack of creativity in general. Like, if you want to be creative, it's like, well, look at the consequences of of your actions, Republicans. Like, this kid got his gun illegally. I mean, it was legally purchased by his dad,
Right.
but
Right.
the fact that he was even able to access it so easily, that's a problem. Like, they could have easily harped away at it, but
Yeah.
another, like, the Democratic Party is the party of missed opportunities.
And
Always.
it's too bad I didn't get my. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, and it's too bad. Yeah, no problem. So, oh shoot, I was gonna talk about more about the gun control. Oh yeah, so I know I'm doing an episode on guns. My Who Are MAGA series is up to the gun nuts, and I say that there are 3 types of gun owners. Let me see if I got it right here. There's home gun owners, responsible gun owners, gun nuts, and then within gun nuts is the isolated gun nut, and that's what we really are worried about, is the IGN.
Yeah.
This guy was a gun nut, but he was so bad at it, and apparently he was grossly incompetent with a rifle after years of trying to get good. So it shows you that not everybody can become a good shot. Also, too, he was incompetent with the rifle he was using. It was not a long-range rifle. It was an AR-15, which is a powerful rifle, but from that distance is not as accurate. I don't even think he had a scope, right?
Right. He
Did
didn't even have a scope on it. Nope.
I don't think. Yeah, I mean you're better off. But anyway, that's
Yeah.
what happened last weekend, and it was huge news, and Stat Pat was all over it. We got the JD Vance speech coming in. Subscribe. You were talking about a second ago how Trump is deflecting on Trump is deflecting on Project 2025 for good reason. He's getting good advice to do that because that document reads like a Handmaid's Tale manifesto.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going after all of the basic fundamental rights. And it's going to be nationwide. A lot of the blue states are going to be suffering too. This is not going to be just a what are some of the things in Project 2025 for our listeners that maybe they should know about? I mean, we could the basics are like repealing, the gay marriage and deporting like 11 million people, something like that.
Oh,
Tell us
yeah.
more about what
The
you found.
deportation, repealing of gay marriage, national. Well, they say that there's not a national abortion ban in there. They probably took that out because it's like the Republicans right now, like that's probably like their Achilles heel. So like every which way, like whether it's the party or the Heritage Foundation themselves, they're definitely distancing themselves from it without a doubt. But like it's a 920-page manifesto. Like you're right, it is definitely a manifesto. It's been around for a minute, and the Heritage Foundation has been around for a minute. They are behind the Tea Party movement under Obama. They put together a list of justices, and judges.
The Heritage Party, the Heritage Foundation, the Heritage Foundation are all three of Trump's Supreme Court justices.
Yes.
All three.
Yeah, no, and like the list of policies.
Continue with what you were saying.
It's okay. There's still like a little bit of a delay, but I'm making it work. All three justices were given to Trump basically off of a list. I think the same goes for like the actual like federal judges that he's appointed as well, and a list of policy decisions when Trump was in office, and the same's going to go for if he wins again. It's going to be a whole lot more coordinated, and I think the scariest aspect of Project 2025 is the fact that like even JD Vance, his new VP pick, has openly stated this. You need to fire every federal officer, every federal employee, and replace them with loyalists who will do what you want, who will follow the agenda, so to speak. It's something called Schedule F. It's basically redesignating federal employees and officers. So if that's put in place and that's successful, you like whatever gets challenged in court or whatever policies are like federal agencies, whatever they want to do, and that gets challenged, if Trump's people are in place, they can be the roadblock. Like they can hold it up because like, oh, this doesn't follow Trump's agenda. This isn't dear leader, the King Trump. He doesn't want this, So that's probably like the scariest aspect. It's just an entire dismantling of the administrative state, a reshaping of the entire government.
Yeah, it's Steve Bannon. It's Steve Bannon, left and right. It's Stephen Miller, and it's the ugly on the outside, ugly on the inside guys.
Yes.
That just are the revenge nerds. And,
literally, because they can't win.
No kind of Nazi like a Jewish Nazi, Ben Shapiro.
They're
ruling from the minority. This is what ruling from the minority looks like.
Exactly. Yeah. No.
Oh, they got. Let's check out this. Let's look at this. This is shameless. Here we go. Ready?
Oh God. What we got here? Who's this guy and why is this significant? Are we just milking the memory of? Are we milking?
Veterans, man.
Yeah.
It's funny because the former military vote Republican, but
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'm not going to watch
My
this.
name is Bill.
Yeah.
Okay, Bill.
I couldn't. Yeah. No.
Can't do it, man. Can't do it. I'm putting it back on mute. I'm putting it back on mute. The way they exploit like children and it's just
Veterans.
It's just disgusting.
And whatever black voters, like it's,
Hey, did you see that? Did you see that Adam Schiff called for Biden to
I
get
did
replaced?
see that. Yeah. Yeah, really interesting.
That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, for real. I think because
Yeah, I don't think that's going to go away. I think they just have a You go first. You go first.
no, yeah. I mean, it's starting to get even more interesting now because since Trump's assassination attempt, it has been a bit more, I guess, quiet on the step down Biden side. Those voices haven't been as prominent. But now, breaking news today, Biden has just come down with COVID. The man is frail. He's 81. Sure, he's vaccinated and
Very
boosted.
vulnerable.
He's very vulnerable indeed. Absolutely. This may change things, especially if his condition worsens. And the fact that Adam Schiff is coming out, that's going to play. Might play a big role. I mean,
Yeah.
the interview.
I
with,
think that's a huge name that's come out for him.
Yeah, no, yeah, and not to mention the interview that he had with Lester Holtz on NBC. I think it was last night or the night before. God, it was a horrible interview. Like they just kept on like asking the little stupid questions and whatnot. And like Biden tried obviously, but like ultimately he was still super stubborn and very arrogant and clearly still like riding his ego regarding I'm the best for the job and whatnot. Look at my history. Look how bad Trump is. Like look at what he's done. Like maybe this changes things.
So, it seems to me like timing is everything, right?
Yeah.
And they can't. Well, okay, so first of all, they're going to have to just count their chickens while he recovers from COVID. So, assuming he recovers from COVID, because if he doesn't recover from COVID, then it's Kamala for sure.
Yeah.
And she just gets to pick a running mate.
Yeah.
But if he survives COVID and this groundswell of momentum for Biden to be replaced continues, because I think it has survived. A lot of people saw the Trump assassination get back, the on-ramp for Biden to get back on the highway towards the election as the nominee from the Democratic Party.
Yeah. Yeah. From what I've seen, I think the oh, you're frozen.
Um,
Oh, there we
but
go.
now it seems like calling for Biden to get out of the way.
Yeah. No. Couple things there. The fact that from what I hear, they're still up in the air about the vice presidential debate. Because even the Republicans don't know whether or not like Kamala Harris is actually going to be the VP. They don't know. They're still kind of betting that Biden is going to drop out and Kamala is going to pick someone else. So that's really interesting. And then there's another thing that escapes me at the moment that I wanted to touch on that you just mentioned. I forget.
Talking about how They're hedging on Project 2025, and Trump's hedging on 2025, and Trump's also hedging on abortion. Those are the two issues that he's starting to hedge on, so that he can get more of those independent voters. But
Yeah.
it's crazy how he has been normalized.
Yeah. No, I think and the polls are. I don't know if you've taken a look at I think it was. I don't know if it was 538. It might have been YouGov, but there's been a slight shift in favor of Biden actually nationally, and I think Trump is actually even starting to take notice
Yeah,
of
that
this
was a
as well.
national poll.
Yeah, and Trump's starting to take notice of it and starting to react to it accordingly, and I think that's why that phone call between him and RFK Jr. happened, that recently made the news. Oh, Ipsos and Reuters.
So he's basically tied with Harris.
Well, this
Tied
is-
with that's just the national. That's just the national poll, though.
Right.
That's not the state specific. So Trump's up 2 nationally. What's his most recent?
I got 8 people
most
here right
recent
now.
Head to head. Yeah.
Hey guys,
Nice.
make sure you guys
Welcome to the party, everyone. Please. Go ahead.
No, make sure you guys are subscribed and whatnot. It's a crazy night. It's been an insane past. Jeez, it's only been 5 days since Saturday. Like, not even. God.
All right. So Trump's up 1.3. I don't know. I mean, he's kind of up in Wisconsin. These are the states that matter. Okay. Trump's up 1 in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's anybody's. That's still up in the air. Biden Trump's up 3 in Pennsylvania, so that's even less attainable. And then Michigan should be, the closest of the 3. So he's
Right.
so smoking Joe Biden needs to work on his home state of Pennsylvania, basically his home state.
Yeah.
And then he's got to wrap up Michigan, and he's got to wrap up Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And if he, I just don't see him. All of the headwinds show that Biden's going to lose. If for no other reason than this number right here, which is we will go after approval. Approval. Wow.
Jesus. That's for
67% disapprove. That's Congress. Sorry, Joe Biden, 58.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
look
about
at
to say.
Congress.
Yeah.
Look at Congress.
That's not
67%.
surprising. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. 2/3 of the country is just like to hell with Congress.
Yeah.
And then Joe Biden, but Joe Biden is pushing 60 at disapproval.
Insane.
I mean, he's 20 points. He's 20 points underwater, stat pat,
Yeah.
on approval. I mean, you just don't come back from this, and barring a catastrophe,
Yeah.
barring crisis.
And what's interesting is Kamala Harris has pretty even approval numbers, but much less disapproval than Biden has. So that's actually
Right.
kind of interesting. I mean, I think
Makes
that
her
that
better. Look, anybody but Biden, man.
yeah,
It's
no,
an
that's
ABB.
yeah. That
Anybody but Biden.
that definitely speaks to the wish of people for anybody but Biden. It's not like fucking we're okay with Kamala, or like we're in favor of Kamala Harris, or we want her to be the candidate for the Democratic ticket, but we wouldn't be opposed to it if it means Joe Biden gets his old fucking stuttering ass out of the way, you know? So there's a frustration there that's palpable. I think it does reflect in those polls.
It's just so pathetic that Kamala Harris is the vice president of the United States. It's
Yeah.
just like people just don't take that office seriously. How do you not take that office seriously when your candidate is 77
It was
years
such a
old?
rash decision,
How do
too.
you not take vice president seriously
Yeah.
when your candidate looks like he's going to die soon? And how do you pick a VP that didn't even make it that far in the primaries? Didn't make it at all in the primaries. I think she dropped
No.
out before New Hampshire.
Exactly.
So she didn't even have a fan base. You're not even getting a fan base.
No.
And you're not extending yourselves to the progressives?
Right. Like, what does she
I mean, you
have?
did nothing with
K-Hive? Like, that's nothing. Like, come on. Like, there's no charm or charisma. It's just like standard politician-y speak. Like, it's like she doesn't really offer
Attorney
anything.
General.
Yeah, that's it. Like, she would have
No,
been a
she's
lot
an
better
Attorney
as.
General that she used to be cute.
Yeah, she would have been a lot better as a Supreme Court justice. You know, but here we are, I guess.
Or I mean, I don't even think that she's not executive material. She's not management material.
Right. Yeah.
She sucks.
But I mean,
she's not smart. She's not smart. When you're vice president, people know when the vice president is smart. Okay.
yeah.
Dick Cheney, smart vice president. Okay. Dan
Yeah.
Quayle, not a smart vice president. Bush Sr., very smart vice president. And
Yeah.
everybody knew it. That's
Yeah.
why Reagan Bush Sr. was an amazing ticket. That was a hard-fought primary. People don't remember that shit, but you had the guy with the perfect resume in George H.W. Bush, and then you had the guy with the perfect look in Ronald Reagan. And that's why they crushed it in the 80s.
Yeah.
And brought about the first vice president to become president in God knows how long. I don't know when the last time that's happened before that. When's the last time elected in 2 terms to the
Right.
president and then an organic transition to the vice president? I can't remember the last time that happened before that because there were assassinations and people
Yeah,
didn't run and-
because LBJ was JFK's vice president, if I remember correctly, right?
yeah, but he wasn't. But my point is that
actually,
the political
ran
strength
after him.
of the ticket is so strong.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is so strong that it carries over for 12 years at least. For 12 years. And
Right.
we almost had it. We should have had it with Al Gore. We should have had it with Al Gore.
We should have. Yeah, I can go on about that for fucking days. The fact that he actually won and nothing changed. So he just shrugged and moved on. And the Supreme Court said, nope, this doesn't count, even though the recounts show that he actually got more votes than Bush in Florida. Yeah. The biggest tragedy of in modern electoral American politics.
Let me see if I could find it. Richard Nixon, but that wasn't in succession.
Right.
Yeah, Nixon lost in 60, Hubert Humphrey in 68, and Al Gore in 2000. Yeah, so actually it's funny. The same political pattern that Nixon had, Biden had.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, kind of not. It's a little bit different because Nixon ran to try to become the president after Eisenhower and lost to JFK. Or did he?
Right.
Or did he? Nixon might have won.
Yeah.
Back in those days, it would have been a lot easier to pull off, especially when you have organized crime in Chicago hooking up the Democrats, which is a little bit far-fetched. Yeah. Nice. It's a little bit far-fetched that the mob in Chicago would have hooked up JFK based on how his brother as Attorney General went after the mob.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that theory. There might have been other forces in Chicago at work, but I don't think it was the mob. I think it was
Right.
probably the political mob at the time, like the Chicago equivalent of Tammany Hall, whatever that was
Right.
at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So what?
You
what
want to
did?
hear John Jr.? Let's hear
Yeah.
Don
Let's
Jr.
let's do it.
No, we don't. You want to hear Don Jr.? All right, let's hear Don Jr. Hold on.
Thank you again, guys. Really appreciate that. That's not easy. That's the first time. I mean, this is what we call a large crowd for a speech, so incredible work, Kai. Now, back to business. Guys,
He sounds
Thank
like
you,
a
sir.
he sounds like a trumpet.
tonight
Like
we
an,
gather here
no pun intended. He
Milwaukee.
sounds like a trumpet.
at one of the most crucial moments in American history. Just days ago, something that once seemed unimaginable became a terrifying reality. My father came under literal fire as an incredible patriotic rally turned into a tragedy. On a field in Butler, Pennsylvania, a brave firefighter died. Others were injured, And as those bullets rained down, we came millimeters away from one of the darkest moments in our nation's history. But we did lose an American hero that day. We wish that he were with us tonight. But his memory will live on forever in the hearts of his family, his community, and the nation that he loved.
Yeah, apparently, like, Trump didn't even call the family or anything like that. He just golfed
So I
the
would
next
like
day.
to take just a moment tonight to express
Set
our
the
gratitude
GoFundMe, like, oh,
Yeah,
for
when
the
you go to
life
golf.
and
Yep.
service of American hero Corey Comparator.
The false theater really bothers me. Just the
Yeah.
fakeness. The fakeness of it
Really.
all just drives me nuts.
super plastic.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, see, it's like a sporting event. See, here it is. Yankees suck. Yankees suck. Like it's the same fucking thing.
Respond in a moment of danger until you're actually confronted with it. So what was my father's instinct as his life was on the line? Not to cower, not to surrender, but to show for all the world to see that the next American president has the heart of a lion. That the next American president has the courage to put the American people first once again.
It's so boring.
Yeah.
Say something
And
interesting.
in that moment, my father didn't just show his character, he showed America's character. When he stood up with blood on his face and the flag at his back, the world saw a spirit that could never be broken.
All right, Don.
And that is the true spirit of America. America knows.
What the heck? Oh, give me a break. I don't know if you can hear me, but it's been frozen for the past 20 seconds.
On freedom of speech. Most terrifying of all, they
Oh,
saw
there we go,
that
finally.
our leaders didn't care, or worse, that they joyfully aided and abetted the erosion of our rights. And the lies.
Tell your
Oh,
roommates
yeah,
to
the
stop
lies.
using the internet.
We won't
Nah, I
ever
think it's
forget
my
the
my
lies
computer. I gotta
from
do a
left-wing
couple things to
politicians,
it.
from their allies in the media.
Then I think
When you
it'll
hear them in a
run
row,
this shit a whole
you
lot
fully
better.
understand the extent they have gone
You
to
know, it bums me
divide
out when they talk
this
about how the
great
left is
nation.
attacking the freedom of speech, and it's like, no, it's just your arguments suck, so our speech makes it sound as if we're telling you to shut the fuck up like a child, because your arguments
Exactly.
are that of a child. Your arguments are god awful. If your arguments were good, then or at least sound, then we would respect you. But we don't.
Yeah,
They're not, so we don't.
yeah, literally.
Withdrawal from Afghanistan. They lied about Biden being a, quote, moderate.
Yeah, he is, idiot.
And they told
What?
He's
one
actually
nonstop
closet
lie
case Republican.
after another
Literally.
about my father. But they could only run away from reality for so long.
By the way, that's not how you cut
All
your
hell has
beard. Here you
broken
go,
loose in
ready?
America,
So the
and it's
beard
impossible
is supposed to be
hide
2
anymore.
fingers above the Adam's apple, like that. His goes.
Remember
his goes
Build
to like
Back
here,
Better?
and it's not right. See, watch, see.
Instead, we
Yeah.
got
A lot. It's a
broke,
common
bumbling
mistake.
Biden.
People think you put it along the jawline.
Nothing
You
is
don't.
built.
It looks weird.
Looks like a
Nothing is
chin
back,
strap on
and
a football
nothing
helmet.
is
Yeah,
better.
exactly. That's why it's not the way it's supposed to look. You're
Yeah.
supposed to have at least a
Bridges
little bit
are
of space under here.
collapsing,
Yeah.
Our credibility is crumbling, and our money is worth less and less every single day.
I don't know why he does his hair like
It
that.
was just
Yeah,
one
me neither.
giant bait and switch.
So he's Gavin
and
Newsom's
normal
Eskimo
Americans
bro,
are
huh?
the ones left holding the bag. Housing costs, gasoline prices, grocery bills just keep going up.
Yeah,
Wave
they all
after
kept
wave of
going up
illegal
after,
aliens, deadly
under Trump as
drugs
well,
keep
and nothing
pouring
was done
across our border.
about any of that. So
Meanwhile, pro-crime district attorneys have turned our cities into giant crime zones. They've turned criminals into victims, prosecutors into criminal defense attorneys, and police into public enemies. Left-wing activists are pretending to be educators, teaching our kids that there are 57 genders.
pretend.
but
What
they
the
can't
fuck?
even
Like,
define what a
God,
woman
I know.
can't even
Wokeness.
resist. God, if I have to hear the like
On one
just
hand,
about
they
anything
think
woke
free speech
one more time,
protects
I
their right to
swear.
expose your children to explicit drag shows.
Explicit
On
drag
the other hand,
shows.
they want to put you in jail for making a meme.
What the
What?
fuck are you
Who wants
fucking
this? Nobody
talking about?
wants- no.
Who wants
The
that?
world has been turned upside down.
This is what they do, though. They get
Does
called
any of this sound like a
stupid,
country
and then
that's
they're like,
going in the
"Oh,
right direction?"
you're attacking me." Wait, what did he say?
Right.
And honestly, who is actually
Call and
running-
response. Let's see where this call and response is.
Does any of this sound like a country that's going in the right direction?
It doesn't. It
And
sounds like
honestly,
a country
who
that doesn't
is
actually
actually
exist.
running
It
the
sounds like a
country
fantasy.
anyway?
Sounds like it was
It's
like
obviously not Joe Biden.
fabricated, manufactured by
So
the media
who are they
to
asking us to elect?
spark outrage and fear because
Who's
you
running
can't
it?
go out and verify this shit by yourself. So it's just like make it as scary as possible, make it as outlandish and outrageous as possible. Cherry pick examples, milk the fuck out of them, exaggerate them, lie and exacerbate the reality of the situations. And you'll have an entire,
Bad theater.
you have millions of dumb fucking conservatives fall right in line and believe it.
Bad theater, man, is bad lying.
Yep.
Does anyone really know? Is it Jill? Is it Hunter? Barack Obama?
If
Maybe
only.
it's the ghost of Corn Pop.
That's funny. It is corn pop. Maybe he has a point.
Whoever is running the show, the only thing they are effective at is persecuting my father.
Oh,
They
victimhood.
twisted, contorted, and corrupted the criminal code to turn bookkeeping errors into felonies. They
Felonies,
concocted
you
new
idiot.
legal theories out of thin air. They imposed gag orders on my father because the last thing a defendant should be able to do is defend himself, right? They punished him for merely speaking the truth. They say they hate Vladimir Putin, but it sure seems like they've spent a lot of time copying his playbook. In this country, we don't criminalize political differences. We debate them. We vote on them. But we don't make you choose between picking a party or picking a jail cell. There was a time when the Democrats really wanted what was best for America, even if they had a different way of getting there. It was the party of Franklin Roosevelt, John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr. You may have disagreed with that party, but at least you could respect it. But this new extreme Democrat Party, they want us to somehow believe that the only way forward is going backwards, where hiring decisions are based solely on race, where justice is only for those with the right opinions, where streets are a luxury only for the elite, where economic opportunity exists only when you know the right people. Right now, the America we all grew up with, the America that we love, feels like an old photograph, where you sit down with your children and tell them what life used to be like. You look back at that America and remember a country that was confident and proud, an America that knew who it was and what it stood for. And it could all feel like a distant memory. Somewhere along the way we stumbled. Somewhere along the way we lost ourselves. But we can't live on nostalgia. Yes, America was great, but
That's all you guys
greatest days
do.
are yet
All you guys
to
do
come.
is live on nostalgia. Everything was so great under Trump. Everything was so great in the 50s somehow. Yeah, maybe for fucking white people, I guess. Like what are we talking about here? Like why ride this wave of looking back, regressing back, resorting back? Like there is no future underneath the Republican Party control. There is no future. There's nothing new. It's regression.
He may have moved to the ground, but he
Yeah.
stood back up.
See? UFC fight.
And when he did,
UFC fight night.
my father raised his fist into the air. He looked out at the crowd, and what did he say?
I just peed my pants. I heard that Trump actually said that. That's what I heard. I wonder if Donald Trump picked J.D. Vance just because Vance sounds like Pence. So Trump Vance, you know? I was going to ask you about that, by the way, after he's done talking.
We will fight
Sure.
with our voices. We will fight with our ideas. And on November 5th, we will fight with our vote.
Oh, they care about voting now. Like, oh, the crowd doesn't want to hear that. The
I've
crowd doesn't
always
want
been
to
proud
hear
of
about,
him,
like, the
but
democratic
I've
process.
never been prouder of my father than I was in that moment. That's when the world found out that there is tough, and then there's Trump tough.
There's tough. Then there's Ford tough.
And the good news is, America is Trump tough.
All right.
Not as strong as you thought it would be, did you?
In 1912, more than a century ago, another legendary Republican president came right here to Milwaukee. At a political rally less than 1 mile from where we stand tonight,
Is he invoking
Teddy Roosevelt
Fuck you.
was struck.
Oh my
Fuck
God.
you, motherfucker.
Jesus Christ. I like how
You
you
got
do
no
exactly.
right to fucking invoke fucking Teddy
He
Roosevelt,
finished
you
his
piece
speech
of
and
shit.
he-
You exactly, motherfucker.
Teddy
Are you-
Roosevelt will walk up
Look
on
at
the
look at this.
stage
I'm
and
gonna
drop
fucking
kick his
lose
ass.
my goddamn
Right
mind.
here to Milwaukee.
You motherfucker.
But he
Teddy
didn't
Roosevelt,
quit
kick
either.
your fucking ass, dude.
I don't believe in coincidences, but he didn't quit either. Was struck by a within 1 mile from where we stand
Here.
tonight. Teddy Roosevelt was struck by a would-be assassin's bullet,
Fuck you.
but he didn't quit either.
Oh, yeah.
He finished his speech and he kept fighting.
Yeah, well,
Why didn't Don-
why didn't
Oh,
Trump finish his speech,
Finish
dude?
his- Teddy
I
got
was
hit.
pointing this out myself. Like, at least Teddy Roosevelt finished his fucking speech.
But
Donald Trump's like, no, get my shoes, get my shoes,
I
get my
do
shoes. Where are my
believe
shoes?
That's what I'm saying.
in God's
It's
plan.
like, give me a break, dude. What the fuck?
I do
Oh, my
believe in
God.
I don't believe in coincidences, but I do believe in
Man of God. That guy's a man of God. Any of these people are people of God? Are you fucking kidding me?
What a joke.
What a
today.
disgrace.
Trump has said
Teddy
privately
Roosevelt,
how much
man
he
in the
despises
arena,
Christians
Oh,
and
shut
thinks how
up.
silly their
and
beliefs
it's
are and shit.
Donald J. Trump.
That
All right,
was stu- yeah.
is Trump speaking now, or like what's going on? Oh, this is starting to get itchy.
This year.
No,
The
Vance
witch
is gonna
hunts, the phony
speak in a bit.
investigations were the political
Oh, that's
prosecution
right.
behind
Yeah,
it.
it's his turn.
But he knew he had to run if there was any chance at saving America. He's not doing it for himself. He's doing it for everyone here tonight, for everyone watching at home.
Oh, it's such a sacrifice for him to be president.
Yeah.
No matter who you are, you can be a part of this movement to make America great again. Look at me. and my friend J.D. Vance.
Oh, God.
A kid from Appalachia and a kid from Trump Tower in Manhattan. We grew up worlds apart, yet now we're both fighting side by side to save the country we love. And by the way, J.D. Vance is going to make one hell of a vice president. For those of you who have tuned out politics or have never even voted, I want you to know, if you're looking for a better life, a more prosperous future, a safer, more wholesome and patriotic place to call home, there's room for you in this party and in this movement.
It is a movement. It is a movement. Can't deny that.
In fact, you're the ones who matter most of all.
Makes me want to move
My
out of
father
this
has
fucking
always said
country.
that the people he gets along with best are the people who really work for a living.
Like,
In
leave it to the fucking
doesn't matter how
Republicans
smart your
and their
architect is, if
unhinged
you don't
extremism
have-
to make me
The best guys
a socialist. Root for America. Root for the fucking Constitution. Root for American values. Real American values based on our fucking founding and shit. Leave it to these anti-American mouth-breathing lobotomite dipshits to fucking make me root for actual like the survival of this fucking capitalist hellscape. God damn.
Capitalist hellscape. That's
laying
good.
the bricks. People with grit.
Grit. Right, because you
People
look
who
like
get
one of
their
those guys.
hands dirty. That's a big problem with Washington, D.C. Most of the bureaucrats who rule over us have never built anything in their lives. It's time to build something real, something tangible, something that will last and leave this country better off for our children. That's my father's mission. This November, we have a choice. It's a choice between one team that
Yep,
wants to
there it
build
is.
this country up and another that wants to tear this country down. And people who are ashamed of America. And ultimately, it's a choice between America last and America first. Country from the bottom of your heart. If you want to bring back common sense, if you want to save
Common
the
sense,
American
my ass.
dream,
Fall in line. Fall.
if you want to stand up and fight
Follow
for the
our
future of
narrative.
our nation,
Follow
you
our
must
agenda.
re-elect
God damn it. What the hell? God damn it. Been frozen for the last 20 seconds. And we're not missing much anyway. God damn it. What the hell, dude? Jesus Christ.
So, alright, so just to review what we've been talking about, the Trump assassination attempt was just a botched job by the Secret Service. There's no conspiracy to be had. At least that's what Stat Pat and I think. It's the simplest explanation. It's probably true, based on just what we've learned about it. It's probably the Secret Service being
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. What is wrong with this shit?
The other side of it is, what does the assassination attempt mean for Joe Biden? Does the assassination attempt mean that people are moving on from the
Holy
possibility
fucking
of
Christ on a
replacing
cross.
Biden? Or does it mean that we're actually going to get more momentum? It's just a matter of time after this convention wraps up for the Republicans, because right now the media is just saturated with conservative culture, and that's the way it's going to be for the next few days. So I can't imagine Biden winning this election, but I can imagine the DNC keeping him in this election. Maybe COVID simplifies this situation for us, but more than likely we're going to have talk of replacing Biden all the way up until the election, unless the state-specific polls change. That's one thing that you got to watch out for in mainstream media coverage, is that they're not talking about state-specific polls as much as they need to be. And they're also not talking about approval polls, because if you look at Biden's approval polls, which we'll go ahead and have a look at, you can see that no president has ever really recovered from this in terms of getting reelected. No one has ever recovered from a 58% disapproval rating this late in the race. That's American politics for you right now. So that's something to be concerned about. And what else is oh, here we go. Let's go to J.D. Vance. This is another thing you should be concerned about, because if Trump wins re-election and he doesn't leave office or whatever, then this is going to be your next president in 4 years. If Trump decides to no longer stay president once he's re-elected.
J.D. Vance understands that working families.
This is also a guy who called Trump an American Hitler. This is a guy that is a complete 180 of where he was a year ago or 2 years ago on Trump, and just sufficiently kissed his ass and got the VP gig. He's going to be the second most powerful person in the world.
Putting food on your table and paying for the prescriptions you need. As
If I
a
can cut
husband and
prescription
father,
drugs.
J.D. knows the importance of fighting for a parent's right to protect their children. And you can count on this Marine to stand up for our soldiers.
God damn, fuck this fucking thing, dude. I can't wait to get a new fucking computer.
Oh, great. Make America great again. The MAGA movement. Here it is. The number 2 of the MAGA movement. J.D. Vance. Welcome to the big stage. Who the hell is this? Is this Vivek's wife?
We're crying out loud. Why is this
Oh, no,
taking
this
so
is J.D.
goddamn
Vance's
fucking long, dude? Jesus fuck. Come on. What in the literal fuck?
Good evening. When I was asked to introduce my husband, J.D. Vance, to all of you, I was at a loss. What can I say that hasn't already been said before? After all, the man was already the subject of Ron Howard.
Holy Jesus, dude.
J.D. has shared much of his life through his own eloquent words. In his book, Hillbilly Elegy.
Oh, wait. Thank
Fucking
you, Ron Howard, for giving us
Nothing
J.D. Vance
is
then.
fucking moving right
I mean,
now.
that's really who deserves the most blame in this situation, is Ron Howard.
To explain, from the heart, why I love and admire J.D. and stand here beside him today.
What the fuck? Come the fuck on, you fucking piece of shit.
I met JD in law school when he was fresh out of Ohio State. She attended.
Give me a fucking break.
We were friends first because he wouldn't want to be friends with JD. Then, as
This is fucking dog ass, dude. What the fuck is fucking taking this fucking thing so long? Jesus. Hello? Can we fucking open the fucking browser already? Come on!
Love and Mary is a testament to this great country. It is also a testament to JD, and it tells you something about who he is. When JD met me, he approached our differences with curiosity and enthusiasm. He wanted to know everything about me, where I came from, what my life had been like. Although he's a meat and potatoes kind of guy, he adapted to my vegetarian diet and learned to cook food from my mother, Indian food. Before I knew it, he had become an integral part of my family, a person I could not imagine living without. The JD I knew then is the same JD
Come the fuck on.
except for that beard. And
This is so fucking ridiculous. I'm so fucking done with this computer.
You know why they call it the American Dream, America? Because you'd have to be asleep to believe it. George Carlin. I'm gonna go check on the dogs. I'll be right back.
Maybe clearing up space will fucking actually make this thing go fucking faster. Who fucking knows? Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, VP Hillbilly himself, Mr. J.D. Vance. He doesn't have a first name. He has two first letters. Isn't that just wonderful? What a douchebag this guy is. See his theatrics. You suck. Come on, Skipper. You want to say hi to the audience? Hey, everybody.
Finally, this fucking thing opens. Jesus.
Alright. J.D. Vance. Oh, he's working the smile, guys. He thinks he's got a good smile. Look at this wholesome dude. Look at this wholesome dude.
Come on.
Oh, so fake.
Shouldn't be taking this fucking long, dude. Here we go. Come on.
Oh yeah, thanks dude, you're the man. What a douchebag.
night of a celebration of what America once was, and with God's grace, what it will soon be again.
Yep, it's about God. Ratchet up the stakes, make people feel important.
A reminder of the sacred duty we have to preserve the American experiment, to choose a new path.
I hate that term, the American experiment. I hate that term.
Tonight, we cannot forget.
Hope you can hear me, Stat Pat. I'm going to bring you in, see if you can.
Instead of a day
I don't
of
know.
celebration,
I
this
got
will
nothing.
be a day of heartache and mourning. For the last 8 years, President Trump has given everything he has to fight for the people of our country. He didn't need politics.
All right, let's go. God damn it, dude. Give me a fucking break. Let's go. How the fuck is there... I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna start fucking screaming. No, of course this isn't fucking responding. God fucking damn it, dude. What the fuck ever. Whatever.
Something greater. To once again be citizens who ask what our country needs of us. Now consider what they said. They said he was a tyrant. They said he must be stopped at all costs. But how did he respond? He called for national unity, for national calm, literally right after an assassin nearly took his life. He remembered the
Yo,
victims
guys,
of
suck so hard.
especially the brave foreign operatory.
Brad's logged in. Brad, are you our most loyal? Are you our most loyal guy? I think you might be, buddy. Are you my most loyal
And then President
viewer?
Trump flew to Milwaukee and got back to work.
Oh, it's so impressive. He flew on a private plane to Milwaukee. This guy sucks. Trump chose him so he wouldn't outshine him.
I've gotten to know personally over the last few years. He is tough, and he is, but he cares about people.
So yeah, Stat Pat's on his way back.
Against an assassin one moment,
Stat Pat's on his way back. He's having technical difficulties.
the next. He is a beloved father and grandfather, and of course, a once-in-a-generation business leader. He's
Christ.
a man who is feared by America's adversaries, but 2 nights ago, and I'll share a moment, said goodnight to his 2 boys, told them he loved them, and made sure to give each of them a kiss on the cheek. And I will say, Don and Eric squirmed the same way my 4-year-old does when his daddy tries to give him a kiss on the cheek. Sorry, guys.
So funny. Oh, this guy's a riot.
He is all